Well, as you can see, well, first of all, I just need to point this out really quickly, and I know I said this before. We're definitely going to be doing things different around here, and as you can see, this is just one small example of that. But regardless, as you also see, he did it. Cody finally did it. He finally finished the story. And as he said at the end of SmackDown the other night, as one story comes to an end, another one is about to begin. And of course, yeah, like I said, you know, it's something that we're going to be doing a little differently here, as you can see, you know. So just kind of flexing that a little bit, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's just really cool to look at that and see this, and having witnessed it for everything that it is. It was actually a really fun night. Now, it's not to say that last night wasn't fun in and of itself, but it certainly didn't work out as desired, I think. Just because I even said this last night. I mean, Triple H was on McAfee's show Friday going into the weekend and talked about, you know, what we hope to do is just make this the greatest WrestleMania ever. I don't know that I can say that. I really don't think I can, because, you know, it was just so many things were just overshadowed by Cody and even Seth for that matter, versus the Bloodline. And it just felt like not a whole lot mattered as much, you know. And you had a lot of significant storylines. You had Becky and Rhea, where I gotta admit, and even the likes of Steven Larson pointed this out, the build for that wasn't as strong as it could have been. And what's funny to me is, you know, we've seen this coming for months. I mean, they had so many run-ins with each other, so many times where, you know, they crossed paths. Hell, even that point in time where Becky actually was the NXT Women's Champion, and, you know, her and Rhea ran into each other, of course, Rhea holding the Women's World title and everything, yet the build for that wasn't anywhere near as good as it should have been. Now, the match itself, on the other hand, it was great, and it was a hell of a way to kick off the night, but it just was so lacking in terms of what it really could have been. And I just feel like that's just the unfortunate reality. Same thing is the case with a lot of the other matches. Even Gunther versus Sammy, which, you know, there was a lot of really good build for that. But again, it just didn't seem like it felt like it mattered at all to be what it was supposed to be, especially with Sammy's story coming off of last year's Mania and what he's been doing. You know, and just the significance of him dethroning Gunther. I mean, it was great to see, but again, it just didn't seem like it mattered. Didn't feel like it mattered, you know. And then, of course, the six-pack challenge. Of course, what is it, A-Town Down Under was, it's cool to see them as the SmackDown Tag Champs, as they finally separated the Undisputed Tag Titles, which I think that's long overdue. I think a lot of people feel that way. But it didn't seem to matter, and it was even just as cool to see R-Truth win the Raw tag titles for himself and The Miz as Awesome Truth. It's good seeing that, but, you know, it feels like it doesn't matter. And not only that, I'm not even sure how long they're going to be having those titles. But it's good, because at least that just goes to show that tag team wrestling is going to be actually taken seriously the way it deserves to be in the WWE. But yeah, even with all that, and even worse than that, you also have the whole thing where, and I understand how a lot of the things worked out, certain matches got more time than others, but that even for as significant as that six-woman tag may have seemed, which is also shameful, by the way, even for as insignificant as that may have seemed, you know, that should have been done a lot better, especially because you have that entrance presentation that you had with Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. I mean, that was pretty cool the way that they did that. I enjoyed seeing that, but it just didn't feel like it was worth a whole lot. And I hate that because all three of them, along with Damage Control and Dakota and Asuka and Io, they're fantastic. And they deserve better than this. But, you know, it is what it is as far as that goes. But, and then, of course, there was an issue with it being a little cooler out. I believe it was like 40-something last night, but tonight it was like 69 at the start of the show. It ended up being like 45 towards the end. But, you know, even that was a noticeable difference as far as how everything went. But everything from Seth and Drew getting what he ultimately deserved because he was doing too much when it came to CM Punk. I mean, he should have just left it. I mean, he should have just held the title up high. And let me actually get rid of this now. I think we've had about enough of that for the time being. But yeah, again, just wanted to show that that was there. But Drew just should have held the title up high in front of Punk's face. Be like, you'll never see this, although he'll probably even be the one to take it from him. Well, provided that he actually takes it off of Damien come, I guess it's Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, where he'll have home field advantage and all that shit. But, yeah, I mean, if and when he wins that back from Priest, who obviously cashed in as I'm saying that, which that was cool. And this is another example of how bad this is that I'll go into in a minute here. But, yeah, I mean, Priest getting the cash in was significant. And it was the first time since Seth Rollins did, ironically enough, having lost the title already to Drew just moments before that. You know, I mean, that should have proven more significant. But more than that, though, it was just really, really wild because, you know, I feel like if Drew would have left good enough alone, he would have been relatively safer. I mean, not that Priest wouldn't have cashed in on him anyway, because I think he would have. I don't think he would have cashed in on Cody and Roman. I mean, I just don't see that working out that way, although it would have been cool. But even for all of that, it was so insignificant. When, you know, Damien actually cashed in, he actually went to the stage, was welcomed by all at Judgment Day, including Rhea, with her Women's World title, and it didn't seem to matter. The man got zero pyro. And that was just all there was to that. It was like, fuck everything else. And, of course, fast forward, you got everything with, you know, the match between Io and Bayley. Bayley got no pyro for winning her match, I'm pretty sure. And then, of course, there was no pyro for... I just realized there was no pyro when I'm sure there typically would have been for... the United States Triple Threat match, which was really cool because you had KO, who was there for Sammy right before he went to the ring to go against Gunther. You had Sammy returning the favor with the Intercontinental title. Just didn't work out the same way, unfortunately. But, I mean, just all of these things that were actually pretty cool to see and actually made the night really fun. It just didn't matter when it came to Cody and Roman. It just didn't seem to matter at all, and I just, oh man, I was just hoping for a bit more, but I don't know, maybe given all those things, I'm probably being a little picky about it. Hopefully they do better with this next year, and also, I'm not sure if this was confirmed. Y'all can let me know down in the comment section or even on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. Did we get any confirmation on the site for next year's Mania? I mean, I probably stepped away and maybe they showed it, but did we confirm Minnesota or even Vegas yet? See, either way, hopefully they do better with that next year. But, I don't know, for it being a milestone WrestleMania 40, I enjoyed it. but I felt like it could have been more. But that's just me. Y'all can let me know if y'all agree, disagree. Y'all know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know down below. And, of course, look forward to more. I'm probably going to do a couple more that y'all will see tomorrow. I'll have this up here fairly shortly. Rare thing, like I said. When you got situations like this, I normally won't post right away after 8:30, but different occasions, special circumstances. Anyways, I'm going to get at y'all. I'm out.